Hello and welcome to the simple login application with Python Django. This is the way to use the Python Django in the quick and dirty way to create uh, the REST API web app to just test username and password. Okay, so this one is just for you to learn. But in the real world, we need to have something like the authentication token that is beyond of the scope. This one is just try to do very simple one to check the uh, the user email and then the password. Okay, so the objective is to create backend REST API application. So you need to read email and password from the web request, and then we check whether this email and password is matched to the one that in the database record or not. If it is matched, so we just said success, and then display username. That is the display name. And then if it is not, we just return failure. However, we have non-functional requirement. That is, we need to store the data by using the bcrypt encryption. โอเค so what is the bcrypt anyway นะครับ the bcrypt encryption is mean you cannot store the data right away, right? I mean it's not the way to do นะฮะ so when we store the encrypted data, so even though the database admin see the password, they will not know that what is the real password is the plain text password. So the only way for the user to log in is mean they need to use the password, and then when we do some decrypt, I mean some encryption, and then it's matched to the one in the database. So the even the administrator did not have the right cannot pretend to be the user to in order to log into the system. Okay, so at this moment you need to know you have the Python Django, how to create a project and then create application and then Django model and then database admin นะครับ Okay, so we need to prepare these two things นะครับ database administrator that we gonna use the engine of Python Django that has username, email and password, and then application user we need to have email, password and display name นะครับ Okay, so I think maybe at this moment we start with create Python Django first, and then before we go to the step of the decrypt. Okay, so I start the Python as usual. Okay, and then at this moment I create a new project, and then in the new project we do the Q3. Okay, so we gonna have the project here นะครับ and then set Q3. However, before we create the Django, let's see the next slide first นะครับ we create the blank uh, Python PyCharm project already. Okay, so what is the bcrypt password นะครับ so before we know what is the bcrypt password, you can see what is hash นะครับ okay, so we have the link and you can follow the link to see the meaning of the word hash นะครับ hash is the word, right? I mean is the way to do the computer algorithm in order to convert the plain text to become some text the people didn't know นะครับ okay, so you can follow the link นะครับ however this code is not computer security, so I will not try to explain this in detail นะครับ if you want to know you can ask the professor in the computer security to tell you, but okay, we go back to our topic. In our topic นะฮะ so what we need to why we need to use hash นะครับ so I mean if you store the plain text, the administrator is sometimes the administrator may be a bad guy, right? So maybe they know, okay, I know the password, so I pretend to be the user, right? And then the user may say, no, it's not me, but yeah, you input the wrong, no, input the correct password นะครับ something like that นะครับ okay, so what they do นะครับ so what they do is they use the encrypted password นะครับ the encrypted password, so it mean in the database, yeah, I mean in the database, in the CRUD, in the admin page, you're gonna see the encrypted one, like so long password that no one know what is it นะครับ something, and then if you put the plain password, the system gonna do the encrypted, right? And then it's gonna be very long password, and then you can match whether this long password is matched to the one in the database or not นะครับ and the hashing algorithm is one way นะครับ so you cannot just bring the encrypted one, right? The very long text that is encrypted already, and then do some process and then get the plain one นะครับ you cannot do that. It's not that simple. So the only way you need to do is you need to use brute force นะครับ brute force is mean you try 1 2 3 4 so it may take a year นะครับ or several years, or maybe something like the lifespan of the matter nature นะครับ in order to crack the password นะครับ is impossible to crack it, or it's not worth to do นะครับ so that's why we just stop นะฮะ something like this because the decryption may take forever นะครับ to do นะครับ okay, so we do this one and then we see the main.py นะครับ so before we start the Django นะครับ what we do is we go to the terminal นะครับ in terminal here and then set pip install decrypt. Okay, and then in the main.py we see the source code นะครับ okay, so today the source code is in this one, right? So we go to here นะครับ and maybe I go to the root and then go to the master 08 นะครับ and then main.py นะครับ okay, so what we gonna see in this main.py นะฮะ that is the main.py that is the bcrypt นะครับ so we need to import bcrypt and then have the solve นะครับ solve is mean every system when they have the solve they're gonna set the prefix to the password so that no one I mean you gonna know that this one is your application นะครับ something like that, so it's gonna make it harder for the people who are not you to try to guess the password, okay, and then what we can do at this moment is that since our example here is a quick and dirty way นะครับ so what we do is mean we need to prepare นะครับ we need to prepare I told you in the slide that we need to prepare database and then the application user, right? For the database นะครับ I use the same one from the previous tutorial that is omnisphone and then omnisphone@gmail.com นะครับ and then this one is the password, right? But for the application user I use another email นะครับ because in the example we use email and then we use abcdeft cdeft 1 2 3 4, so we use this one นะครับ so we gonna try to encrypt this one manually, so we put it in our main.py, so you get the idea that we try to do this one and then in main.py we gonna encrypt the password and then we gonna have the long text, so I think in order to follow this tutorial you support to have notepad or the text editor นะฮะ so the source code is simple นะครับ so we gonna have the password and then we get the input, right? The input password and then we use the function encode and become UTF-8 because the algorithm work with the UTF-8 and then we use the bcrypt to have password นะครับ with the solve นะครับ solve is mean the number that like the prefix นะครับ something like that นะครับ however in order to do the solve นะครับ you gonna have a long story to how to do the solve นะครับ so that's why I will not talk about how to do the solve but you can do the research นะครับ that we have the way to get the solve and then if you do the system นะครับ the entire system you gonna have your own solve, something like that นะฮะ okay, so we do the encrypted with your solve and then at the end you're gonna get hash.decode and then become the new password, so you print new password on the screen นะครับ so what we gonna do is we going to this one main method, right? So we just delete most of them นะครับ we delete most of them and then we go to import bcrypt here. Okay, and then we just run the source code นะครับ because our source code gonna use our password that we gonna store in the app itself. Here. Okay, and then I may clean the code, polish the code a little bit. Okay, here we are นะครับ and then we just run So we're gonna get very long text. This one is hash นะครับ the hash that we get it by using the decrypt algorithm. So I put the hash below. So you see, actually it's one line นะครับ it's just the way the display. Yeah. So this one is the password we know, right? But the computer gonna know already. So we no one gonna know that this one is this number unless someone, I mean, when the user log in, they input this one and then you use the same algorithm, same salt, and then you get this number. So it means the user put the correct one นะครับ so that is the way นะครับ that is the idea of this lesson. Okay, so we continue นะครับ so right now we have our password นะครับ already นะครับ so we get it and put it to the notepad นะครับ next one we do the Python Django essential. We gonna create a web application. However, okay, it's supposed to be my side project 3. Not 2, but it's okay. I gonna do it without open the Python Django essential นะครับ maybe I need to because I may need to set some text, but I need to follow step by step anymore. So I just run through นะครับ I just go very quick นะครับ first what we need to do is we need to go to the command and set it install Django นะครับ okay, and then after that we need to create. Okay, so I think maybe I need to open because I didn't remember the text, I mean the command นะครับ so I just go to the come to the command part here นะครับ Django admin in here I think I need to make it my side project 3 นะครับ and then later on I know that what I gonna do is I need to create the app นะครับ this time we call login app. Okay, so I go back here and then I create นะครับ I create my side project 3. Okay, so we need to move .py file out นะครับ and then here is going to be empty, so we can remove it. Okay, and then in the main.py we configure to become manage.py and then server. Okay, and then we test Python Django. Okay, that's good for now. So we continue. Mm, Okay, so right now we're gonna do the admin and then the model นะครับ Oh, I think I need to do the URLs as well, like so. Yeah, setting at URLs. So I need to create the application right away. Okay, so I create application first. Okay, and I go to the source code should be master 08. So I go to the master 08 in master 08 already, and then I go to the setting and URLs in my side project setting. Okay, in the setting you need to do 3 times. Okay, setting in OS here, and then just a template. I think at this moment even though we set the template, but yeah, we need to do that one, the HTML. This one we call login. Okay, so that is for the setting, and then URLs, we go to part include นะครับ this time we do login app. Okay, and path in. Okay, so this one should be enough, and then we go to login app. In the login app, we need to create the directory. You can create outsideนะครับ if you want to. Here, templates. Okay, and then in the login app, we have Python URLs. Okay, and then in the template, we have the HTML file homepage.html. Okay, so in here, okay, and then I update. Okay, so at this moment, if we run, they're gonna go to the HTML and then part. So at this moment, I go to the URLs of the login app first, but I will not touch the another one. I will not touch the login, but they do have the login already, so I go to the part first because right now we are still doing the setup. Okay, and then I go to view. So this time is quite simple, so maybe I just copy one time. However, I do the one time, and then we copy exactly everything we do in main.py. You remember import wikip and then myself. The homepage is also this one. We do it several times, so I didn't need to explain it. And then we have the service and login. So maybe I copy the source code first and then explain to you later on. Okay. Uh, and then in the model, we forgot, right? This one we do the views, and then we need to do the home page as well. So we break the rule. Actually, we need to do the model first, but it's okay. So I go to the home page, login, template, and then home page. Okay, so yeah, we do the view first. Actually, we should not, but it's okay. We let it have the regular like this. So what is the model? So you're gonna see in the model. In the model is just only one object that called app user and more choice is it. So the UID is the computer field, and then created by creator type is the database field. I will not talk about it because we do it a lot in the Python Django essential already. So we have email, password, and display name. So the email is just keep the email right away, and the password is the bcrypt like the hash one, and then the display name is the just the text to show as the display name. So the display name can be anything. So I think maybe I need to prepare the display name. I put this one into the model of the source code first. In here. Okay, so we have the app user source code already. So this one we have display name. Okay, so the display name I may just give a short C, something like this. And then this two is the password. But we will not store this one, we will store the encrypted one. Okay, right now we have the app user. Okay, we have the model, and then almost forgot. We need to have admin. We need to have admin Okay, so we have admin นะครับ app user okay now I think everything is ready นะครับ so I go back to the slide first so now we have Python Django essentially we have admin and then model นะครับ so we prepare everything already นะครับ so now we need to run these three command make migration again create super user we need to do it only for the first tab นะครับ for the second tab you don't need to do นะครับ okay so we go to this one and then we run the command one by one. Make sure that you did not break any rule of the Python นะครับ before we do this. So we do migration and then second we do migrate นะครับ we do migrate. Okay, so and then last okay we do create super user and then I use the option for to use the one that I already use. Send form and then you see here the ABCD 1 2 3 4 ABCD ABCD 1 2 3 4 ABCD ABCD. Okay, now everything is ready นะครับ so what next นะครับ we create the app user record นะครับ and we using the admin page because we will not do the code นะครับ we just run it right away so we go to our system and then we run the program นะครับ so at this moment when you go to see the location here นะฮะ here and then you put admin admin and then you go to the admin username password that we do so many timesนะครับ ABCD 1 2 3 4 ABCD นะครับ and then in the app user นะครับ so what we need to do is we need to just put the email because in our example it's the email right so we set email and then uh, the password is the encrypted one นะครับ so please do not use the one that is not encrypted นะฮะ because it's useless นะครับ if you use the plain text is everyone gonna see and then everyone can pretend to be the user and the display name is my name นะครับ and then I save นะครับ so you see when you go back you gonna see the password like this one so you cannot grab the password and then hash it นะครับ you gonna take it's gonna take forever to hash นะครับ something like that okay so what we gonna do next is we have the password and then we put it already นะครับ so we use the API to display the password นะครับ but you're gonna see that I set temporary นะครับ because this one is just to check whether its system is working well or not นะครับ so in the URLs I do the part and then we use the user list in order to do the REST API นะครับ so what we gonna do นะครับ user list is mean they're gonna go to the user list นะครับ in here do not forget the comma okay they're gonna have the user list and then when you go to views นะครับ the user list means they're gonna list out the display name and email of everyone in the database นะครับ as long as one is zero so it's certainly everyone นะครับ everyone and then will is as a list so when you run นะครับ so it's gonna be the same location with the admin but you need to change the admin to become the service user underscoreนะครับ so we're gonna have this one display name and then the email so this one is perfect so if you have more and more people they're gonna show right however this is not recommend one because if you run the system like this someone gonna know this location they're gonna know every single user in your database นะครับ that is not the way นะครับ so what we gonna do ครับ what we gonna do is mean what we gonna we will not allow the people to access this one. So maybe I close the web server first, and then in the URLs, I just comment this line นะครับ so I will not the user list so I will provide already login นะครับ so in the views if you see the login they're gonna prepare the list of the output invalid not specified failure okay so the list two gonna be the output and then we pretend that we fail firstนะครับ and then after that we use the email and passwordนะครับ we get the email and password from the input and then when you do the inputนะครับ we try to hash the password with the same logicนะครับ with the same URL by using the same salt that we do เนี่ยครับ this salt must be the same one that we do creating the 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 passwordนะครับ that we create in the main.py so you see at this moment the main.py is manual right but in the real world system you can have the myself and then this program in the REST API as well, but that beyond our scopeนะครับ. So we go back to our views. So we use the same salt, right? And then in this salt, it means we get itนะครับand then we use the hash.decodeนะครับand then after that we check whether the password in the database match the decoded password or notนะครับ if they match you just run this one. If they didn't match, this one gonna become zero right away. นะครับ so you say if they said the length of the list, I mean length of this result greater than zero, so it means we have the record. They're gonna just keep running นะครับ for I in list display name equal to display name, and then the list two gonna become like this. But if this one is not happen นะครับ if this side not happen, it means they're gonna use they're gonna use the initial version so invalid not specified and failure นะครับ something like this นะ so it's very simple นะครับ that is นะครับ that what we supposed to do นะครับ so what we gonna do right now is we gonna just run นะครับ we gonna just run it and then after run it we just get rid of service นะครับ okay so let's see how can we run it นะฮะ okay, I didn't have the example here, so it's okay. I can just draw the example. Okay, I think the URL should be log in, and then email and password. Okay, so I put it here, and then set log in, and then email equal to so this one I try using the fake email first aaa@aaa.com นะครับ and need to use ampersand password equal to dd okay so this one I do the login with very pure one นะครับ make sure that I am running and then I go to the web browser and then I use this one นะครับ use this kind of the stuff and then try to input it's gonna be fairly right away fairly right away นะครับ even though you use the correct email นะครับ if you remember we have the correct email here obijung@gmail.com so we said obijung@gmail.com นะฮะ okay and the run is still failure why because it's omijung@gmail.com but the password is wrong but we need to input the password however in the database it's the hash one right if you come to see the database is gonna be quite long นะครับ if you come to see so we cannot input no one in the world can do so we do this one instead นะครับ so we use the plain text password that the only real user gonna know นะครับ so we use this one I show it on the note นะครับ on the after midterm นะครับ this one นะครับ this one in correct นะครับ and then this one is correct okay so after I put the correct one there's supposed to be okay they put my name my stuff why is still failure I think the short code maybe a little bit long if I check short code yeah this one supposed to be success นะครับ so maybe I need to update it in I need to update this one in the GitHub นะครับ so this one supposed to be success because the initial is failure นะครับ okay so I run it again นะครับ and then it's supposed to be success Okay, that's itนะครับ so if you put anything wrong maybe just only one letter it's gonna failure anyway you see and then when it's failure they will not return anything usefulนะครับ but if you do it correctly they're gonna tell you so you can have the password to protect and no one gonna know in the databaseนะครับ so in the database they're gonna show the encrypted one okay and then I think this one is on for this one is on for the the tutorialนะครับ thank you and see you again